So we have been talking about strong black women. That's what we've been discussing this week. And when I was thinking about this term and looking up the term, additional research from what, our original discussion, one of the things that I read was that stereotypes, these types of stereotypes and archetypes, were created to perpetuate the idea that it is acceptable to mistreat black women. Because what these stereotypes do is they dehumanize us, making it acceptable to treat us as though we don't matter, as though we are these things to be used up and then tossed away. These stereotypes were used to silence us, to keep us in our place. Things like angry black woman assumes that black women are just naturally angry. So that when a black woman is angry, is frustrated, when they speak up for themselves, when they're assertive, they are dismissed as angry and their feelings are invalidated. Strong black woman, we've talked about this one, perpetuates the idea that it is acceptable to mistreat black women because they are strong and they can handle it. We've talked about this one a while ago. Mammy, it reinforces the idea that black women are good caretakers, nurturing, selfless, strong, and supportive. Jezebel justifies viewing black women as sexually voracious and justifies the sexual exploitation of black women and black girls. So black women end up silencing themselves because that's what these stereotypes were created to do, to justify the mistreatment of black women and to silence and subjugate us. And that includes black girls. We talked about the Georgetown study. Okay? The Georgetown study also found that black girls were viewed as more adult-like, that they were viewed as less feminine, that they were perceived as knowing more about adult topics, and that they were more knowledgeable about sex than their white peers. In this survey, these opinions about black girls were applied to black girls as young as 5. These stereotypes allow others to see black women's anger as invalid or appropriate. And it leads to a negative interpretation of black women's self-expression. We said that a little bit earlier. Leads to a negative interpretation of a black woman's self-expression. We are too loud. We're too assertive. We're too angry. And once seen as an angry black woman, we will always be seen in that light. And once that happens, our opinions, aspirations, values, feelings are dismissed. So now we've got black women out there who are skeptical of raising issues, as they're skeptical or afraid of being seen as a complainer at their jobs because of their fear of being judged, because of their fear of being labeled. Black women are struggling to be heard. They go through the same things in life that everyone else does. Yet, when they speak up, instead of comforting or understanding, they are reminded that they are strong and that they can take it. Or they are dismissed as angry Black women, and they are dismissed. These stereotypes that were created to justify mistreatment, to silence us, to label us, to keep us in a box. And we are penalized whenever we try to step out of that box.